Zok the Heilige Gemara. At the very bottom of Lamed Aleph, Amid Beis, we'll start from Shal Asherav Shal Irni Dachas. 4 lines from the bottom. Says the Gemara, Shal Ashera apostle. Is it true that a lulav of an Asherah tree, again, Asherah tree is a tree that's going to be destroyed because it was worshipped for Avodah Zarah, is pasul? V'amar Rava lulav shel Avodah Zarah lo yitol. You should not take a lulav of Avodah Zarah. But ve'im natal, let's say you took it, kosher. So how are you telling me shel Asherah is pasul? The Brisa says clearly, says Rava, Avodah Zarah, if you lamaisa took it, it's kosher. Answers the Gemara, Hacha ba'ashera de Moshe. We see a chiddush to the Asherah tree of Moshe Rabbeinu askinan. What's the chiddush? The ketusi mechta shiura. Its shear is demolished, it's crushed, doesn't have a shear. Why does it not have a shear? So Rashi speaks out the obvious, because it has to be destroyed. L'sreifa kai, says Rashi. Deka nami, I'll bring you a raya. Dekatani, what did the Mishnah say? It said Asherah and Ir Hanidachas. Dekatani domya di Ir Hanidachas. So Shema Mina, that's our raya. That the reason why it is pasul is not because of Avodah Zarah, because it's going to be destroyed. Shema Mina. Niktam Roishai. The top was cut off. Amar Ravuna Loishanu El Niktam. Says Ravuna, the Mishnah says Niktam was cut off. It must be mamish cut off. Aval nistak. If it just cracked, kush. Now pashtus, what does cracked mean? You could crack something. It means it's still there. It's cracked, but it's hanging on. So says the Gemara, if it's niktam, if the whole top is chopped off, that's pasul. If it just cracked, it's kosher. Frak the Gemara, really? Vinistak, kosher. V'atanya, but we learned in a brisa, lulav kafof, a bent over lulav. A lulav that is crippled, Rashi says, like an old man that's all bent over. It's bent over. Kavutz. What's kavutz? There are thorns coming out of the lulav. Saduk, it's cracked. Akum, it's bent. Doima lemagol, like a sickle. Pasul, it's pasul. Charus, which means it's very hard. Pasul. Doimel charus, it's only similar, and Rashi says it's beginning to harden, but it's not fully hardened. Kosher. So ask the Gemara, why are you telling me that if it's cracked, it's kosher? This brisa says explicitly, if it is cracked, saduk, what's the halacha? Pasul. Amar Rav Papa, says Rav Papa, you know when it's pasul? Not stam that the top leaves are cracked, but rather the ovid kehimnik. It's made like a hymnic. Now, what is a hymnic? Rashi explains it's that it's split on top. There's 2 heads, and one of them is growing out of the other, like Rashi says, like 2 spines. That's pasul. Now, this Avid Kehimnik is a very classical case. When you look at your lulav, by the way, and you know everyone's looking at the tip, you wonder, what are you looking for? This is what you're looking for. You're looking for the psal that we're calling saduk, which is if that middle leaf is split in half, that's l'chayra kehimnik. Akum, Daimulamago, Amarava, what's that? Layamaran ela lefanov. Only if it's bent forwards is a pasul. Avala acharav, if it's bent backwards, briyasehu, that is its way of creation. Now, this line briyasehu is a very important line. This is showing us that when you look at a lulav, when you want to figure out what is a lulav, the way that it grows, this is what we call like the giddle. We say more by an esrog. But if you're holding your lulav, and sometimes you'll see big lulavim that are bending over frontwards. And front, I mean away from you. You hold the spine towards yourself. Sometimes you see it that it's bent that way. That's what the Gemara is calling that la'acharav. It's backwards because it's away from the spine. That is briyaseu. That is its creation. That is kosher. Amar Rav Nachman Litstadav, sudden, excuse me, if it's bent to the sides, kilafan of dummy, it's like forwards, and that is puzzle. V'amri lan, some say kilachar of dummy, that it's kush. V'amai Rava, and Rava says, Hai lulav, this salik b'chad hutza, this lulav that only has one-sided leaves. I think we all know, if you ever look at a lulav, every leaf is split into two, right? You take out the leaf, you split it in half. But let's say it only has one side. It doesn't have double leaves, only singular leaves. Rashi says all the leaves are only on one side. What's the halacha? Bal mumu. It's a bal mum, upasul, and it's pasul. So that's the way it grew. That's the chayr of the chiddush. That's the chayr of the chiddush. Very good, because lemaisa you can't create it. You can't rip off the leaves. It's bending back. Correct. You bring up something very interesting. The answer is, but it's not the normal way to grow. You're right, it might have grown in a funny way, but it's not the normal way to grow, and therefore it is possible. So Lamaisa, it comes out very interesting. If the top of your lulav is cracked, but it's still attached, it's kosher. If it's bent towards you, it's possible. If it's bent away from you, it's kosher. If the middle leaf is split into two, then it's like two shidrais, and that is possible as well. Nifritzu olav. Let's go a drop further. The Mishnah said nifritzu olav, if the leaves are ripped off, it's possible. Whereas if it's nifridu, if they're spread out, it's kush. So Amar Papa nifritzu. What does it mean? They're ripped off. The avid ki chofia. Oh, we have the picture. We've been waiting. You know that schnitzel? Please, have some schnitzel, please. 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 It's okay. My wife asked me if she should make it, and I said, "Give me the worst case scenario, I'll come back." It's all good. So let's open up. I forgot that we have this. This is Mayridik. It's mamish in the middle over here. 102. Go a little bit further back, even. This is not. Yeah. So let's go back to the bottom of page 102. Picture Lamed, okay? Picture Lamed on the bottom. We'll go back to your tomat. So over there it said Nikdam is possible, but Nistak is cautious. You see that they're showing you the center leaf. So Kafuf is the next picture. It's bent. Kafuf is bent. Now flip over. You see the thorns, and then you see bent over like a magol. The way that it's created. Let's start in. Now, it actually does not show you. Oh, here it is. The Avid Kehimnik. That's what I wanted to show everyone. The last picture Membeis. The Avid Kehimnik. So you see, Kach Godal Kimnishtei Shadrois. It's a mamish split in the middle. That's going to be puzzle. So now compare picture Membeis to picture Lamed. And that is really, every time you look at a lulav, those are the things you're looking for. Picture Membeis is puzzle. Okay. Go back to picture Lamed, it's kosher. Lamed is a temporary substance. Oh, very good. So we see over here is, we're looking for the middle leaf to be together. But we see that if it's a little bit separated, it's kosher as well. As long as it's not separated all the way down to the point of creation. So here, I mean, I'll be honest. Our lulavim are so nice. I've never even come to that point. They're never split more than mamish, a teeny little bit on top. But from what Rashi learns it is that split means all the way down to where the point of connection. I mean, here's your double leaf in the middle. Here's your spine. So if the top is a little bit cracked open, that's kosher. But if it's all the way to the bottom of the leaves, that's the psol of the Avid Kehimnik, that it's all the way at the bottom. Going back to Chavches, Yarki Karsi. It's very green. Oh, so the right. So the Gemara discussed whether it's an issue of a hadar or whether it's an issue that it's not a complete fruit. Now, let's just finish off by picture mem and memal. If you see charas is possible, doimel charas is kasha. Now, what's the difference between mem and memal? Again, one, the leaves are mamish open like a fan, and this you see this in palm trees. Palm trees, kidu, I love them. in Florida and other sunny areas. Eretz Yisrael grada. So if it's charos, if they're fully spread apart, that's a problem. But if it's daimel charos, then that's going to be kosher. That's going to be kosher. So let's just see the Gemara for one more second. Amar Abav never do the aviki chovya, never do the ifrad. No, excuse me, I skipped. I didn't skip. Bayir Abab. No, actually, you know what? I don't want to start this. These are all interesting psulim. Nifra to Olav. Amar Abav nifra to David ki chovya, nifra do the ifrad ifrudi. So Rabbi explains there are different levels of split off. So Bayir Abab and nechliku atiyomes. What if the tiyomes, which is what we've been talking about, which is the spine, is split? Now, if you flip over, you'll see these pictures. Picture Mem Ches is Nichliku Atiyomes. So Tashma Rabbi Shimon Levi Nila Atiyomes. It's pos. My level or the Nechlu. Lo Nilu shiny. If it's totally separate, it's different. The Chasle, it's lacking. Ika the Rabbi Shimon Levi Nechlu Atiyomes is not the commission. Allah Atiyomes possible. It's if it's taken off and it's possible. Okay, we're going to come back to this.
This is like it's almost split all the way down.
Yeah. And these are grads of psulim. It could be, I don't know, someone should give a shear. Just promise you need to get the right lulavim to get all these different types of lulavim. There are people that do it. It's very geschmack. No, but not just, some of these are funny psulim. You're not just able to see like these fully spread apart and these fan people have. They find all these different types of lulavim. But anyways, that is difference. We're going to stop over here.